everyone, welcome to Reading with Rabeha. The story that we are going to be reading is this one here. It is called The Most Magnificent Mosque. It is written by Jungman and Shelley Fowles. You will not believe I actually found this book. I came across it in a pound shop. I saw it and I flicked through it and I thought, what an amazing book, great illustrations too, and a very lovely message as well. So we are about to begin. The Most Magnificent Mosque. The citizens of Cordoba lived in the most beautiful city in the world. They were extremely proud of their great mosque, which stood right in the middle of their city. Not only was the mosque wonderful, but it was surrounded by glorious gardens full of scented orange trees, sparkling fountains, and flowers of every colour. The Cordobans used to sit in the garden and think they were in paradise itself. The only problem was 3 naughty boys. Rashid, who was a Muslim, Samuel, who was Jewish, and Miguel, who was Christian. They ran in and out of the fountains. They jumped over the flower beds. They used to hide in the gardens and throw ripe oranges at anyone they saw. The gardeners, Ibrahim and LiQWYD, tried to catch the boys, but the 3 friends were too fast for them. One day, the boys were dropping oranges on people as they came out of the mosque. A particularly rotten orange dropped at the feet of a man in grand clothes. "Oh no!" cried Rashid. "It's a Khalifa himself! Run for it!" The 3 boys tried to escape, but the Khalifa's soldiers grabbed them and brought them before the Khalifa. "Caught at last," smiled Ibrahim the gardener, "and by the Khalifa's men." LiQWYD rubbed his hands together. "They're for it now. They'll get 10 lashes at least." "So, young master, you would throw oranges at your Khalifa, would you?" "We didn't know it was you, oh great one," whispered Rashid. "Have you done this before?" asked the Khalifa sternly. All 3 boys looked miserably at their feet and nodded. "Every day, your magnificence," cried the gardeners. "These 3 are the banes of our lives." "Well," said the Khalifa, trying hard not to smile, "you will be severely punished. I sentence you to work in these gardens every day for the next 3 months. So the 3 boys spent 3 whole months planting and weeding and watering and trimming. LiQWYD and Ibrahim worked until they dropped. After work, the 3 hot and tired friends would wander through the cool mosque. "I've never saw such a beautiful building," whispered Miguel. "It is much more magnificent than our church or my synagogue," sighed Samuel. "Wondrous and fair indeed. Truly, our mosque is a house of God," said Rashid. As the 3 friends grew up, they saw less and less of each other. Samuel travelled far and wide, trading in spices and silk. He kept a diary, telling of his travels, and wrote poetry of great beauty. Miguel inherited his father's farm. He became a great landowner and was known for his kindness and the lively songs he sang. The Khalifa grew old and enemies began to attack Cordoba from every side. In the end, he was defeated in a great battle by the Christian king Fernando. Miguel, who was now the most important man in Cordoba, wanted to meet his new king. "Don Miguel," cried the king, "take me to the great mosque, of which I have heard so much." "With pleasure, sire," said Miguel. "It is the pride and joy of all citizens of Cordoba, Muslim, Christian, and Jew alike." The king looked at the mosque. "It is indeed a most magnificent mosque," said the king, and he sighed. "But this is to be a Christian city, and we shall build a great cathedral on this site. The mosque must be pulled down." That night, Miguel invited Samuel and Rashid to dinner. "My dear old friends, I have terrible news. The king plans to pull down our beloved mosque. What about our wonderful gardens? Asked Samuel and Rashid. They too will go. What can we do? Cried Rashid, burying his head in his hands. We three must go to the king, said Samuel, and tell him how precious the mosque is to everyone in Cordoba. The next day, the people of Cordoba packed into the town square to see the king. I am here to plead for our mosque on behalf of all the Christians of Cordoba, cried Miguel. Everyone cheered. Yay! I'm here on behalf of the Jews of Cordoba, said Samuel. Quite right, shouted the crowd. And sire, I speak for the Muslim citizens. Spare our mosque, cried Rashid. Everyone cheered even louder. Well, well, said the king, 3 communities with 1 voice. I can see that I will have no friends here if I pull down your mosque. He thought for a moment. Then he said, I will build a church in a small part of the mosque, but the rest of the building and the garden shall belong to you, good people of Cordoba. Cheers echoed throughout the square. So the great mosque was left for future generations to enjoy and wonder at. It is still there today, and millions of people visit it every year. Many sit in the gardens and enjoy the shady trees and sweet-scented blossom, and a few visitors say they have even seen the ghosts of 3 naughty boys running in and out of the fountains. And that was the end of the story. I hope that you enjoyed the text, The Most Magnificent Mosque. Feel free to like, share and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Bye!